Are you a short seller? Then Elon Musk probably hates you. But I really don't get the fact why people are actually hating on short sellers, because they're really important for the liquidity of the market. So let's go ahead and understand the concept of short selling and why people hate short sellers. Now, what exactly is short selling? Now, when we talk about long-term holding of stocks, what happens over here is we buy at a cheaper rate and then we sell at a higher price in the future. The margin between those two is basically our profits. But what happens in short selling is exactly the opposite. We sell today hoping that in the future, the price of that stock actually falls, and then we buy it so that we can return it, and the margin between what we sell today and what we buy in the future is our profit. So how exactly do you sell a stock that you don't even own, right? Because that's exactly what short selling is. This is what you do over here is you borrow a stock from your broker, and the broker charges you an interest per stock that can range anywhere between 2% to 20%. So it's basically a broker owning the stock and you just borrowing from him. It's exactly like the concept of loans. You're lending something. How is this possible? This way we can just keep selling. How does this make sense, right? Because I can just go ahead and keep selling everything. How does this work? Now, you can't continue to sell every single thing, because just like when we talk about loans, there is something known as a credit score. So that shows whether you can afford to take this loan or not. Similarly, in the case of short selling, there is something called as margin. This margin is mostly 50%, 40%, whatever. What happens over here is you have to deposit an amount as a margin so that it shows the broker that you can afford to buy it in the future, and only if you can afford to buy it in the future, only then he'll be lending it to you. It's like I'm giving you money so that you can buy a car and in the future you can pay me back. But if you don't even have a job, that's just too risky for me and I wouldn't be ready to do it, right? That's exactly what the broker thinks of. Now, what happens when this margin runs out? Now, there's something called as a margin call. As soon as the money that you have deposited as a margin runs out, you get a call from your broker. And in this call, you are asked to redeposit an amount to begin short selling again. And this is exactly why you can't keep short selling again and again and again to make infinite profit. Let's say we have an investor A and an investor B. Investor A holds a stock today, sells it in the future for profit, so long holdings. And when we talk about investor B, he's a short seller. First question that you might have is, why would people want to short sell? I'll explain that to you right now. It's called amplification of returns on investment. So let's say we have investor A, investor B. Now there's a stock, right? There's a stock that costs $10. Let's say both of them buy around 1,000 of it, right? So 10,000. But this investor number B does not buy 10,000. He short sells that stock. He short sells 1,000 quantity of that stock at 10,000. And similarly, what investor A does over here is he purchases 1,000 quantity for $10,000. Let's assume that he over here, investor number B, has deposited $5,000 as margin, which is 50% margin, right? He has deposited 50% margin, which is $5,000. Let's say the price of the stock drops, and let's say from $10 a stock, it becomes $5 a stock. So how much did the initial investor lose? The initial investor number A, he put in 10,000. He bought 1,000 quantities, right? And now it dropped by 5, so he incurred a loss of $5,000. But what happened to this person over here, the short seller? He incurred a profit of how much? 100%. Why 100%? What happened over here was he only deposited 50%. He only deposited $5,000 as his initial fund, which was as the margin. So he over here incurred a profit of 100%, whereas investor number A got a loss of 50%. Now, I'll tell you what's the downside to this. Right now, you guys would be thinking, oh, beautiful, I'm going to short sell. I'm selling all stocks. I'm going to short sell all the stocks. No, I'll tell you why. Let's go again to investor number A. The maximum amount that he can lose is $10,000 because that's all the stocks he has. And even if the stocks go to zero, you can't have a negatively priced stock. So if the $10 stock goes to $0, he's just incurring a loss of 100%. When we talk about investor number B, who is a short seller, if the prices keep going higher and higher and higher, from $10 it goes to 20, 30, 40, 50,000, he is continuously incurring losses, and his losses can be infinite. When we talk about investor number A, his loss is defined, only $10,000. He can't lose more than that, but he can make an infinite profit. So you understand the difference. You understand why short selling is a risk over here. It amplifies the return. So instead of getting 50% profit, you're getting 100% profit. So you're getting 2x the profit, but you're also getting 2x the loss. So amplification is good and bad at the same time. And that's why short selling shouldn't just be considered just on the basis of amplification of returns. Now, why do people hate short sellers? Now it's pretty obvious by this time, because what short sellers want is for the market to go down, because as the market goes down, and if they have short sold a stock earlier, right? If the market goes down, then the price of that particular stock will go down as well. So they can buy the quantity and retain, and they get a profit. So they want the market to fall down, but all the other people, that includes the investors, the banks, the governments, because governments want the economy to go higher and higher, to become better and better. Otherwise they won't get elected the next time. They don't want to face an economic crisis. No one wants to face an economic crisis. The company's management, they don't like short sellers, because short sellers want the market to go lower and lower, and that's how they profit. Now this isn't about this isn't a bad thing, because this is what provides liquidity. If someone wants the market to go up, these short sellers are the ones who are actually balancing this entire thing. Otherwise it would be too concentrated. If everyone just wants the market to go up and up and up, where's the liquidity? I think it's not that people hate short sellers because of whatever ethics they believe in, or believing that this should be illegal or whatever. It's more about their egos. Their egos are hurt. Their egos are hurt when short sellers make more, because they are losing their money, but short sellers are actually gaining. So comment down your thoughts about short sellers down in the description. Comment your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I would be glad to see what all your thoughts are. So I'll be seeing you guys in another video. Till then, go ahead and short sell everything, incur an infinite loss, and then cry. I'm just kidding. Have a good life, and go ahead and like and subscribe.